This introduction will take you through lots ordering and how to manage your stock much better using lots orders. Without a doubt, it's one of the most powerful modules that's in lots because the ordering decisions that are made by lots have a massive effect on how you can manage your sales and profitability. It takes care of seasonal buying automatically, trending, slow stock, fast stock, so you're not keeping too much dead stock, but you're also not underbuying and missing sales. We really strongly suggest you trust it and use the automatic functionality in lots because it'll make a massive difference to your business. So, how do you create an order? From the main menu in lots, click the lots option and you will see, in this case, a couple of orders that are already being created in the system. What we're going to do is create a new one by going across to the right hand side and clicking on create. What you'll see here is a number of criteria that you can use to make different types of orders. On the left hand side there is the supplier that we're going to buy from. In the center area there are a number of different types there, the top being the general wholesaler order, which is what we'll use today. There is direct orders, which are geared more towards your normal suppliers that aren't wholesalers. You can generate a blank order and a few other options there that you generally won't use, but you might find them useful now and then. So we'll make a selection from the old Zulig option there, but we'll reselect that particular option from the list by clicking on the drop down box. So we'll reselect Zulig, we'll select general wholesaler order, and what that does is consider what point we are at the calendar. In this case on the screen it knows that our billing period or the end of the month is the 30th, and it will create us an order based on your stock on hand being correct. Lots will look at the usage over a number of different angles to make up a decision and consider the buying or the billing period that ends at the end of the month. Once we've made that selection, we will go across and press OK. Now lots very quickly will go through and analyse your whole database, look at every stock card that is marked to be supplied by, in this case, Zulig, and assess how much stock is needed considering the 30th or the end of the month. And it does all that very quickly. Now when you first look at the screen it looks quite overwhelming, but there is a whole heap of information on there that you can use. The reality is you actually need next to none of it because the suggestion that Lots makes for the quantities to order are very accurate, and our testing shows that it's about 97% accurate. So really what you want to do is trust it and look for the exceptions. Now if we look at a couple of things, it's an alphabetical order to start, but all columns and reports in Lots you can edit. So as an example, I've clicked on the stock on hand column there and you'll notice that it's been sorted in numerical order from smallest to biggest. Sometimes that can be useful. We can do the same thing on the column there where Lots are suggesting the number of days supply, and we can also do it on the subtotal column, which can be very helpful if you are needing to be conscious of your cash flow. And we'll come to that in a moment. But what we'll do is we'll go back to the name, resort it by clicking it twice so it's A to Z. And what we're considering here amongst a lot of the information is we're looking at the minus stock on hand packs. Now generally they will be wrong. Often they might correctly be minus if you've put a prescription through as an example ahead of having the stock on hand. Maybe that will then display as being minus. What we'll do next is we'll double click on one of the lines just really to satisfy ourselves that Lots is ordering the right quantities. Generally you'll trust Lots, you'll become comfortable with the logic and the quantities that are being suggested. But in this particular case, double clicking into the AccuPril line, Another old brand, but what this shows us is that Lots is selecting a quantity of 5 to purchase. Now the display that is here, and you can see there's a great big gap there in the graph. That's because we're using a database that hasn't had any sales or dispensings in a number of months. And taking all that into consideration, Lots is suggesting that we want to buy a quantity of 5 packs. You can see that gap there. We'll press OK on that, accepting that. Cartier, another example, and that's got a minor stock on hand. Now we can adjust that at this point, assuming that that's wrong, by hitting the tab key, and that will take us over to the units column where we'll zero it. We'll leave the quantity to order as 2, and when we press OK at this point, Lots knows that our stock has gone up some from -2 to 0 and is giving us the opportunity to print some stickers. We'll go no to that in this particular case. Now there are a couple of other interesting things that probably looking at this order you might notice. One of them is Humira, which of course is a very expensive medicine. Now you may choose that you don't want to stock this product as a regular line, particularly if you're getting towards the end of the month. So by pressing the delete key, you get some options here that can be really useful, particularly for those expensive lines. So what we'll do here with this one is we'll go down to the we don't want it at this time option. We'll accept the date, which defaults to the first of the following month. We'll press OK, and that takes that product out of this order and won't bring it up until the first of the following month, when we can reassess it again. The next thing we'll notice is that Lots has decided to order 50 packets of Innerbase, which may sound a lot. So if we double click into that product, we can satisfy ourselves that in fact that's actually a really good decision. Again, notice that there's a big gap there in the history because we haven't had any active dispensings for this product. But what Lots is doing is even considering that we've got 15 packs on hand, and it's making a best guess judgment of 50 packs to order. The logic being that we don't want to buy 5 every day and be handling it in Inwards Goods every day, putting it away on the shelf every day. So hence it's making a selection what it thinks we'll use until the end of the month. So we're happy with that. That sounds pretty sensible considering the quantities we're dispensing. So I'll actually leave that at 50 and just press OK. So if you want to, you can go through and look at each line, but really there's absolutely no point. Lots does a great job predicting what you're going to use based on history. And once we're done there, we simply go down and press OK to save that order, and all those changes are stored. So the next thing once you've saved your order is to usually transmit it. And you do that simply by clicking on the transmit button, and that will electronically send that, and you'd normally of course press yes for that. If you need to fax it, just head across to the print button and that will print you out your order ready to fax. Now there are a whole host of other settings that help you refine and tweak your ordering, and so if you're interested, just head up there to the settings option right at the top, and you'll find an order settings option. Now don't forget, if you need to know anything at all about Lots, go to the instant help under the top menu, go to index and type in what you'd like to know more about. For something like orders, there is a whole heap of background about different functions and different ways you can do things, so use that, share it with your team and print it off if you need to.